Cities have a wide array of places for people to live. Flats, cool lofts, penthouses, regular houses, and celebrity homes. But it's no fun starting with everything. It's the journey, not the destination. In this video, we'll be seeing how easily a sim can live, work, gain money, and become famous in the city whilst being homeless. Last time I did a homeless challenge, it was more family and living focused, starting a family, living together, whilst being homeless. This time the focus is loosely based on fame and unconventional money making. Unconventional money making, you say? Typically players of rags to riches type challenges will garden or fish or collect collectibles, which is fine for a small town vibe like Sunset Valley, but not here in the bright lights of the big city. That's not cool and glamorous. So we'll be making our money through DJing, blogging, and generally just being famous. If The Sims 3 Late Night were made in 2024, we'd be live streaming this on our phone. Say hello to the no-homes, Crunch, Jenna, and Buster. Say goodbye to Crunch and Jenna. Their story is done. You'll see them around and about like a Where's Wally game, but our focus is their son, Buster. He's making his living through DJing, and he wants to be a 5-star blogger. I've updated his traits a little bit from last time I did our homeless challenge. I've kept loves the outdoors and mooch, and added heavy sleeper, star quality, and frugal. And with his 0 simoleons, he'll be just fine. Turns out DJ booths are a Showtime thing, not a late night thing like I've originally thought. So I had to place DJ booths in varying bars around town that I felt fit the DJ booth vibe best. Day 1 and 0 simoleons. The only people Buster knows are his parents. So sad. Fortunately, all forms of public transportation are free in the Sims world, leading to a weird way of getting around, of taking a taxi to the subway station, taking the subway, getting out of the subway station, and continuing the journey with a taxi if needed. Why not take the taxi the whole way? At least it's free, I guess. Wayland's Haunt was our destination, the perfect place to start Buster's DJ journey, but it wasn't open yet. So Buster spent the next couple of hours doing what any good, normal human being would do to pass the time. Messed around on his phone. But he promptly dropped it the first time he pulled it out of his pocket. So enjoy seeing this every time we unlock the blogging skill later. Eventually the sleazy bar opened and Buster got DJing straight away. And just like a real life DJ, Buster's mediocre DJ skills hypnotized the other patrons of the bar. Just like the drinks, urine flowed, dancing happened, in the urine, and Sims stared blankly at Buster's first time ever DJing. DJing is a hidden skill, meaning finding out how far along we are of becoming the world's greatest DJ was a pain. Eventually, opportunities would arise. We would unlock more funky song beats, and the money would flow in. But for now, Buster ended his first DJ sesh with 4 simoleons in his pocket. Even after Buster was done DJing, Sims were still crying out for bathrooms. Maybe it's just this bar. I'm utilizing Buster's mooching trait by asking Sims for food like a true homeless hipster. This vampire gave him a tasty juice. It wasn't plasma juice. And after a quick text to the bartender, Buster headed on out for the day and fell asleep on a park bench nearby. On the morning of the second day, Buster actually had graduation day at City Hall because I had aged him up from a teenager. Stinky, hungry, and sweaty, he entered City Hall to graduate. And his classmates voted him most likely to become a millionaire. Buster's classmates had a lot of faith in him and his DJ career. Buster had now gained enough skill points in the social media skill to start writing his blog, which I named Hipster and/or Homeless. His first blog post was about his graduation day, and he gained 0 followers, as one would imagine from their first ever blog post. Seconds later, he uploaded a photo of the view from City Hall to his blog, which also did not gain him any followers. Buster was no stranger to being homeless, unlike his father Crunch, who was merely adopted into it when he was a man. Buster was born into it, moulded by homelessness. Buster has never known a home, meaning he had street smarts, and knew the gym had places to shower and often safe places to sleep out of the elements. I used this to have Buster write another blog post, giving tips about places to shower when homeless, in case his 0 followers wanted to join him in their own homeless challenge. It worked, and he gained 16 followers. By this point, most of the day was done. It was time to start DJing back at the bar. But when Buster arrived, some guy was playing keyboard, and Buster couldn't even afford a grilled cheese to fill his tummy before his DJ shift. But luck befell Buster that afternoon, when happy hour hit. And that applied to food. Get yourself that grilled cheese, Buster, and you too, viewer, enjoy your grilled cheese. I know I will. On the morning of the 3rd day, Buster received a phone call inviting him to a party that evening. Turns out, people love DJs. Each time Buster DJ'd in front of a crowd, their friendship went up with him passively. And now, Buster had a plethora of friends, and was now a 2-star celebrity, without me even noticing. I had wanted this for our first homeless challenge, being invited to lots of parties. Buster's parents were even party animals to increase this, but only got invited to a few nearing the end of the challenge. So it was great to be invited to a party on day 3. Days began to blur together as Buster was invited out to parties almost every night. And nights he wasn't partying, he was out dancing and drinking at the club, like he was on a hedonistic bender, truly living the DJ lifestyle, accepting every opportunity that came our way. Drink drinks at the bar, DJ in the park, make celebrity friends, dance at the clubs. Dates of our DJ gigs were sent out via the blog, as though it was all planned and not just randomly placing down the DJ booth in the gym one Thursday afternoon. Summer came and went, and fall began, and I failed to notice, due to Buster's bender every day and just having a great time playing The Sims 3 late night. I think this is the best Sims 3 expansion packs. Let me know your favourite expansion pack in the comments. At this stage, Buster had his own DJ decks. He'd gained enough money from celebrity opportunities and the handful of tips from DJing to purchase himself his very own set of DJ decks. This meant he could DJ just about anywhere now. And he had opportunities inviting him to DJ at locations like Performance Park, which I got wrong multiple times, and the karaoke club. This is where the big money started rolling in. Not only was Buster getting paid for his performance, he gained tips from Sims watching the performance. He'd also unlocked the ability to give out mixtapes to Sims, which although didn't gain us money, it gained us friendship. Giving out track remix albums would gain Buster money in the future, but that was yet to be unlocked at this stage. The amount of money Buster had could have easily fixed his phone, but at this stage it felt fitting, and I thought it was funny. Despite being a homeless hipster DJ, many people had their eye on Buster. And Buster had his eye on many people too. Particularly hot, famous men. Richie Stryker, a local 4-star celebrity, did not hide his interest in Buster, always being at the parties Buster attended, and throwing parties at his house. Apollo Bloom. He played it a little more cool and hard to get, trying not to look too desperate in front of Buster. But who could blame him? It was 2010. They all loved his flannel shirt, his ripped skinny jeans, and his long flowing locks underneath his beanie. The perfect hipster and/or homeless look we loved back in the 2010s. Buster flirted with both of these men vivaciously, as though none of them were celebrities in the public eye, followed around by the paparazzi incessantly. But these men weren't serious, just a bit of fun for Buster when he wasn't DJing. No one Buster could see himself living the rest of his life with. Until one fateful afternoon, Buster was randomly DJing in the gym. Watching the performance in the gym was Big Hardy. I didn't think anything of it until later, whilst at a Halloween party. Buster got a notification stating that Big Hardy had died and was now in mourning. I'd forgotten about their gym meetup and was confused who Big was and went looking for him, but couldn't find him because he was dead. But we did find Tom Wordy, a local 4-star celebrity. Buster approached Tom Wordy after a gig at the karaoke bar and mooched a tasty meal off him in exchange for a mixtape. With winter and cold weather setting in, it would be nice to have a base of operations. In my previous homeless challenge, the no homes used the Alto household and igloos. Buster did have the inappropriate in a good way reward trait. But other than making a mac and cheese that the Hemlock household wants, I hadn't been using it, and I'd forgotten that Sims could sleep in igloos. Our relationship with Tom Wordy was starting to become a relationship of convenience, hanging out at his house at every available opportunity, sleeping in his bed, lounging in his hot tub, and eating salads in his kitchen. Like Richie Stryker, Tom Wordy also lived with a woman and child, but claimed he was single. And I don't know what Lil Bling was to him. Just like Big Hardy, I really don't understand this household's dynamic. Fun fact, Lil Bling of this household, Tom's sidekick, entourage, apprentice, adopted child, is actually the father of the original Crunch many years ago. Time in a homeless challenge and in the Blurst household isn't real. So Buster invited Tom Wordy on a date with the intention of using their combined celebrity status to gain a cheaper, if not free meal. Once both lads had arrived, the restaurant was closed. And Tom started yelling at poor Buster for no reason. Not wanting the evening to be a waste, I managed to recover the situation, and Buster asked Tom to be his boyfriend. Tom said yes, and the two went their separate ways. A celebrity I'd been desperate to be friends with since I first saw her was 5-star celebrity Lola Bell. She was amazing and was dressed like a typical late-night sim. But being friends with a 5-star celebrity would give us a big boost in celebrity points. And at this stage, I'd lost all focus in the blogging thing and was now just focused on becoming a 5-star celebrity. Stalking her at the gym probably wasn't the best idea, but if Buster lived at the gym, was it stalking if we were already there? Buster wore her down by impressing her with all the friends we had. Eventually Lola was interested enough to talk to him and gave him a salad to eat. She shortly disappeared after giving Buster the salad, and that was probably for the best. Buster had a check to present to the school anyway. She'd be back. Flying V's coffee shop was the one location Buster was yet to be invited to perform at. And it was probably for the best, as we're about to find out. Being in the centre of the city, it was probably Buster's biggest crowd yet. Even Tom had come to watch the show. But disaster struck when he ended the show early. I chalked this up to being tired and sent him off to Richie's house as to not seem too desperate with Tom, but then went straight to Tom's afterwards to a woohoo in his private lift. But if you rewatch the footage, you can see the DJ booth disappear in a split second. I hadn't noticed or needed to DJ, so I didn't notice it missing till the next evening when we went back to the coffee shop to finish the show, when I noticed the DJ booth was missing from both Buster's personal inventory and the household inventory. I used this as an opportunity to sell the very bizarre items Buster had received from being famous and bought a big, fancy DJ booth. It fit the vibe of the coffee shop, and it was pink. Like yesterday, the crowd was large and loved the performance. But once again, Buster prematurely ended the show, and the DJ booth had once again disappeared. I reloaded as the DJ booth was expensive, and I decided to cancel this opportunity. If they were going to steal their DJ booth each time, it was not worth it. I decided to not make a bust of this opportunity though, and had Buster sell some remix albums to Sims who had come to watch him instead. That way they could hear those funky fresh sounds they'd come for, and Buster could still make money and keep his DJ booth. Lola was at the coffee shop as well. Buster had worn her down to be friends with Lola. She accepted the free mixtape, as it was free, but rejected the remix album, which was something I was unaware a Sim could do. Cheapskate. The next few days were spent hanging out with Tom at his house to impress the other celebrities he was hosting at varying parties and just hangouts. And the other days was going down the hill to Lola's house to convince her to buy the remix album. She too was in the music industry. I think everyone is in this neighbourhood. I'd noticed Buster had a fair amount of money, and during a quick trip to the diner, I noticed that Buster had more than enough money to become a partner at the diner and have plenty left over. So, we became a partner at the diner. Buster could now eat at the diner for free. He was homeless and had never had a bank account, so I guess he just walked in and dropped 6,000 cash and said, "We're business partners now." What a power move. Something I would have loved for him to do was purchase the bar where it all began, but Buster had nowhere near enough money. And it was now the first day of summer. Our year in the big city was over. Maybe we could come back next year and focus on money making to buy as many properties in the city as possible, maybe even all of them. But Buster spent his last night of the year dancing at the club and then aging up into an adult, as he was a young adult before. As stated earlier, Late Night is possibly one of the best Sims expansion, and I had so much fun playing with all the features that came with Late Night. Fame, celebrity opportunities, and the bars and clubs. The only thing we didn't explore was vampires. Maybe in the future, we'll do a homeless vampire challenge. If you enjoyed this homeless challenge, why not check out the Prequel, or any of my other videos. I've been on a real Sims free high lately, so there's plenty of them to enjoy. And why not subscribe to keep you up to date with all new videos. But for now, I need to take a nap. Goodbye!